Today I'm going to share with you my top 10 or 11 picks for the Drmtlgy annual sale. This sale is usually this time of year, and it's also a Black Friday sale, so it's twice a year, and the sale is 30% off site-wide. You don't need a code or anything like that. So what I essentially decided to do was, instead of sending you off to watch old videos, I was going to pull the best of the best from all of these clips and share them with you in a mashup, essentially. Now, it's pretty funny because I realized that I change my hair color pretty regularly. It would appear that every single clip I have a different hair color. I am going to also do timestamps in the description box, also in a pinned comment, so you can bounce around and just get the information that you might need to make better decisions for this sale. The other thing that I have done is I've written a blog post where I put all of this kind of in black and white. So I have mini reviews, and then I also have those color-coded ingredient decks. I'll link that blog down below and also in the pinned comment. Okay, I'm gonna roll these clips. I will number them. They are in no particular order. All of these things are highly recommended by me, and I'll see you on the other side. So I have been using for a while now the Drmtlgy under eye patches. This is actually something that I had sitting here for a long time before I ever even tried them, because they actually are a type of under eye patch that I usually just don't even consider. And they look like this. They look like they're gonna slide right down your face. That's why I usually don't use these kind of under eye patches. But the ingredient deck is so amazing, and it's Drmtlgy, which I love Drmtlgy, that a while back I decided to just try them, of course, and they don't slide down your face at all. They're wonderful. And if you keep them in the fridge, they actually are cooling. The ingredient deck, like I said in there, is absolutely amazing for brightening the under eyes. Now, the reason why I really love that in these particular patches is because you get 60 of them, so you can actually use them often enough for those ingredients to make a difference to that area. Often in under eye patches, the main thing that they're doing is they're doing a little depuffing, they're doing a little bit of hydrating, they're a really cool and nice experience. But a lot of times you use them so infrequently that it's not like those ingredients can do a ton for you because you're not consistent enough. I like these because there's enough of them that you can use them consistently to actually get benefit from the ingredient deck. The Universal Tinted Moisturizer, SPF 46. This has been a favorite of mine for years and years. I mean, I have talked about this forever. I love it. I feel like it's a dupe for the EltaMD UV Clear Tinted, only this one has a slightly more neutral and lighter tint than the EltaMD. The EltaMD is definitely more golden and a little bit darker. Now, this is the tint of this one, and I am sitting, there's no artificial light. I'm sitting, the camera is sitting right in front of a couple windows, and so you're getting a pretty true color here. So you can see it's definitely darker than my hand, but I can wear this on my face absolutely no problem. What happens, and I'm going to show you, what happens is that tint kind of disappears. It's relatively sheer. What happens is it doesn't leave a white cast. Now, I could see though, where if you were very pale, if you were like a MAC NC 10, you might feel like this was a little orangey. I could definitely see that if you were super pale. But if you are anywhere from probably an NC 15 all the way to like an NC 40, you could get away with this just because it's pretty sheer once it rubs in and it doesn't leave any kind of white cast. You might even be able to get away if you're an NC 45. I know that a lot of people who have more pigment than I do, who are darker than me, are able to use this only because it's really sheer once it rubs in. It doesn't leave a cast of anything. Even though you think initially that tint is going to give you coverage, it doesn't really. It just kind of mitigates the white cast. Now, that one is also a hybrid, you guys. So it is zinc oxide 12%, and then it is that octinoxate 7.5%. So it's very much like the broad spectrum SPF 45 in a tinted version. They're very similar, and I find it to be silky. It plays extremely well under makeup. In fact, I find that it is almost like a really nice primer under makeup because it kind of smooths out the skin. So that is the Universal Tinted Moisturizer SPF 46. Now I'm going to show you the physical, and then I'll compare them so that you can really compare those tints. So let's see, we're going to put it on this hand. Here it is. And I'm going to show you. This one is purely physical tint. Now, I think that that one is a touch lighter in depth, not in consistency, than this Universal Tinted Moisturizer. I'll show you. So this is the Universal Tinted Moisturizer that is the hybrid, and this is the Physical Tinted Moisturizer. The Universal Tinted Moisturizer is a little bit maybe more peachy and a tiny bit darker. The Physical has a little more coverage than the Universal Tinted Moisturizer that is the hybrid. Okay, so the Physical, probably because of the titanium dioxide, it definitely provides just a skosh more coverage over here. That is the purely Physical rubbed in, really pretty finish. And this is the tinted, Universal Tinted that is the hybrid. I really hope that that helps you guys. So I don't even know how many of these peptide moisturizers I've gone through. I've talked about them a bunch over the years since they launched it. Now, this peptide night cream says it's a night cream. It doesn't have an SPF in it, and that's the only thing that precludes it from also being a day cream. So I often wear this during the day too. I just put a sunscreen over it. So this is a super duper silky lotion cream. It says night cream, but you guys, I feel like it has the consistency of a lightweight cream. So clearly you can see it is, you know, it's not runny or anything like that, but it is so silky and lightweight. It does not feel like a heavy cream, but it is packed with peptides and barrier loving ingredients, moisturizers, of course, humectants. It is just the full meal deal as far as a treatment moisturizer. Okay, the next one is going to be one that I actually don't personally use, but looks to be, and judging from the reviews, an amazing product that deserves a lot more attention. And it is their 24-hour acne serum. Now, I'm actually going to be giving this one away to a friend who could really use it. But this is a combination of 5% benzoyl peroxide, which is kind of like a drying ingredient, which typically you hear about that a lot when people talk about teenage acne or acne that's related to oil production. This also has 5% glycolic acid in it. Now, glycolic acid is an alpha hydroxy acid, and it can help with cellular turnover. It can help brighten your skin. It's fantastic for spurring on collagen production. It's a really great ingredient, and it also can help with clearing unwanted pigment a la PIH, so the dark marks that are left behind after the acne is gone. This is a fantastic combination. Now, the way that they have combined them together, they have buffered it with all kinds of soothing ingredients so that there's low irritation, because both of those ingredients on their own, typically, if you layered a benzoyl peroxide and a glycolic acid at the same time, you might get a lot of irritation. The way that they have formulated this product is so that there is really low irritation with really great results. So I find this to be a very intriguing product. If you have tried this, definitely comment down below. The reviews that are on the Drmtlgy website, multiple reviews talk about how this is not drying to the skin. That's the number one kind of downfall of benzoyl peroxide, is that it can be very drying, and people talk over and over about how this did not dry out their skin. There are reviews from people who are over 40 that say it cleared their skin, but it did not dry them out. So to me, this is definitely an underrated product. If you are acne prone or if you have acne breakouts, this might be something for you to look into. Next is going to be the Soothe and Recovery Cream. This one is completely underrated in my opinion. Now, it's a moisturizer, and a lot of times when you hear Soothe and Recovery, you think of something like, or at least I do, I think of like Cicaplast. I think of some of those products that are really like kind of form a real occlusive barrier. They're kind of greasy, and while they do a really good job of, repairing the barrier and helping with kind of getting everything back to where it should be after irritation or maybe sunburn or ultra dryness, things like that, the way that they feel is usually kind of heavy and thick and greasy. That's a lot of times. And we will go with that because they do such a good job. This is kind of the opposite. It has all kinds of ingredients in it that are going to help to repair a damaged barrier, but it's very lightweight, at least lightweight in that kind of a product. Like, there are no products that I have come across that do this big of a job of repairing dry skin, helping with barrier impairment, helping with irritation and inflammation in the skin without being heavy. You could actually get away with using this daily as a daily moisturizer if you have normal to dry skin, or if you have irritation and you can tell that you've compromised your barrier. Maybe you've overused the alpha hydroxy acids, or you are recovering from a peel, or you've just gone in too hard with your retinoids. This is the kind of product that you actually could wear during the day and still put on your makeup and still do all these other things. And it's going to do what some of those other products like the Cicaplast, etc., do without all that ointment, without all of that heavy, greasy feeling. It is just a beautiful kind of lotion cream that starts out a little bit thick, just a little bit. You can see it's not like running down my arm or anything, but it turns into this beautiful, creamy lotion and just disappears and leaves your skin so supple. It's a fantastic recovery product. Now, the ingredient deck contains everything that you're going to need for your barrier. It has cholesterol, it has ceramides, it has glycerin in there. It just has all of these things that are the right ingredients to bake that cake to make sure that we get the barrier back intact. Simple and effective, and I love it. Totally underrated. My Dermatology Needleless. I picked this one back up early in the year. I mean, my goodness, probably 9 months ago. To me, this is the ultimate just all-in-one serum as far as it is hydrating. In the summertime, it can be paired with a either lightweight moisturizer or a moisturizing sunscreen, and that's all I need. It has all kinds of amino acids and humectants, and it has peptides in there. It just has all of this good stuff in there. But more than any of that, I love the way it leaves my skin feeling. It looks beautiful under makeup. I don't need a ton of it. It hydrates the heck out of my skin, makes my skin just look bouncier and brighter. I love it. Now, this one also has some copper in it, so it's another one that I actually really like to use before my LED treatments. So I just kind of rotate through these products and just whatever floats my boat that day. But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous serum that is definitely a favorite again this year. And I've said this before, if there was one serum, if I had to be, like, okay, you can only have one serum, this would be it because it checks so many boxes. Is there concentrated foot cream? Listen, I know a foot cream is kind of like, huh, what? This actually has lactic acid in it to exfoliate and help, with like cracks in your feet. And then it has urea, which both of those ingredients can be humectants, so they can hydrate the tissue, but they can also exfoliate depending on the percentage of each of those ingredients. To have them both together in a foot cream means you're going to get really great softening, hydrating, exfoliating of the feet. The other thing that is in here is peppermint. And normally I'm not a huge fan of peppermint in, like certainly in my face cream or anything like that. But in a foot cream, I am telling you, it feels like you went and got a pedicure. You put this on, it cools the feet. It feels so good after a long day on your feet, softens the feet, and then over time makes them look so nice. The heels are softened, all of the callousy areas start to soften. Just really is an amazing, amazing product. And honestly, I don't know that I talk much about things like foot creams, but this one is incredible. If for anything, for the way it makes your feet feel. If you work on your feet, You will love this. It is so good. So that is the concentrated foot cream. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. Once again, remember there's timestamps down below. If you need to bounce around, you need to see something again, you want some more information. Also, don't forget to check my blog. It will be linked in the pinned comment as well as in the description box, where you can just look at the information and take your time with it. I hope that you're having a really wonderful week, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.